Hey there friends, welcome to another Legally Armed America video. I'm of course Paul Glasgow. This is Free for All Friday, where we don't necessarily touch on a specific Second Amendment related topic. We talk about whatever. We don't slow down, we just kind of grab the wheel and pull it to the side a little bit and go in a different direction. Today's video is going to piss you off, because we get to take another peek under the hood at government overreach that nobody wants to talk about. This is a story that's been out for a few days now, actually. This is the Secret Service doing Secret Service stuff. Headline: U.S. Secret Service breaks into Massachusetts hair salon and tapes over security camera, allegedly to let people use the bathroom during Kamala Harris's fundraiser. You heard that right. They broke into a business that was closed to use their bathroom. I'm going to let you watch the video first, and then we will go through the story. Notice the Secret Service DEI hire is looking around. She's got a roll of tape in her hand already. She's looking at this business that's closed. This business is locked. She turns around and leaves. Probably go and make a sandwich. And then she comes back, grabs a chair. She has her trusty government issue tape over Ring doorbell roll of tape with her. I guess she didn't get the nice little square of tape that the ATF gets whenever they're invading homes and murdering people. But nevertheless, they have the same rule book, obviously, and she just takes it upon herself to cover up a private security camera over somebody else's camera that is meant for security. As you can see, time goes by, and then this last little bit of video is from the owner, who, as soon as she saw that something was going on and somebody was in her business, she raced back over to her business. She was never notified. No permission was ever given. This video right here is from a camera inside her business. And as you can see, allegedly the lock was picked. That's how they broke in. And these two broads right here, notice how they giggle and they go help themselves to candy on the counter. Check this out. May as well, I'm here. Yeah, that's real cute. So this is them using the restroom for 2 hours that day, inviting different people in. No permission to be there, never asked, never was granted, broke in, used the restroom at a facility, and then left with it unlocked. Now, according to this article, the salon's owner, Alicia Powers, had already complied with the Secret Service's request by closing her business for the day to accommodate the security needs of the event. The security footage obtained by Business Insider showed a female Secret Service agent taping over the lens of a Ring security camera located at the salon's entrance. Now, again, guys, this is not because they want to get shots of pretty birds eating at a bird feeder. This is a security camera that this clown is taping over. The agents then proceeded to break into the salon, triggering the security alarm and using the facilities for nearly 2 hours before leaving the building completely unsecure. Remember, guys, while they were using illegally this business after they broke into it, the security alarm was going off the entire time. So they knew they had broken in. It was not a question of one person breaking in and nobody else knew. Everybody that was in this facility during this 2 hour span of time knew that they were all breaking and entering, knowingly doing this. The shop owner said, "When I got back here, my front door was left unlocked. I don't know how long it was unlocked for," and that's essentially the gist of what happened. They were walking around in here for a good hour and a half, my alarm going off the entire time. That should have alarmed somebody, and maybe they shouldn't be in the building. Now, Business Insider, who broke this story, said that a Secret Service spokesperson talked to Business Insider and said that the agency's employees would, quote, not enter without the permission of the business owner, but acknowledged an agent taped over the security camera lens. Wait a minute. So, first of all, let's understand where the credibility of the Secret Service is. In the dumpster, in the crapper, right? So, you're starting out way below. It's not like you're starting here and you have credibility to work from. You got none. So you immediately lie and say we would have never gone there without permission. But they actually talked to the owner. You didn't have permission. Not only did they talk to the owner of the business, the salon, and she said, "You're lying. I never told anybody you could use." In fact, nobody ever asked her. So she never even had the chance to say no. But the person who owned the business, who owned the property, and his son, who were essentially the landlords of the property itself, said nobody ever contacted them and asked for permission either. So the Secret Service was lying. Business Insider asked Secret Service spokesperson Melissa McKenzie whether the agency invited other people to use the restroom during this time. McKenzie told her that agency employees would not tell someone to enter the salon without the owner's permission. She lied again. So she's saying that they would have never entered without the owner's permission. Lie. She said they would have never invited other people, which they did, in to use the restroom without the owner's permission. Lie. The owner says they're lying. There's one owner, one person, and she said, y'all are lying. The Secret Service has no problem lying to people. Do you see the pattern here? We're supposed to believe them about the whole Trump assassination attempt, and these people are breaking into private businesses, picking the lock, however they got in, breaking in, inviting other people in there, stealing their candy and whatever from inside. I don't care if it's just candy. It doesn't matter. That's not your property. You don't have permission to take anything in there. You should not even be in there. You are in the commission of a crime by standing in that place. And now you're taking stuff from it. And then when you leave, to show that you don't give a rip about other people's stuff because we're the mighty Secret Service, we can do whatever we want. They just leave the damn door unlocked. Can you believe the audacity of these people? And only a week and a half to 2 weeks after they almost got Donald Trump killed. Folks, this is a violation in so many different ways. The fact that it's a violation of the Fourth Amendment, I would sue these people. This lady, I think she has already, the salon owner, has agreed to sit down and have a cup of coffee with somebody from the Secret Service and listen to them apologize face to face. Whoop-de-doo. Get an attorney. They broke into your place and did not have permission. They violated the Constitution. And guess what? They've offered, with your taxpayer dollars, to pay for a day's worth of security, because we let the security go, and fix whatever they need to fix, like the door lock or whatever, because there was obvious signs of tampering and breaking and entering. Again, I don't know how they got in. They either picked the lock or they broke the lock, but that's how they got in. So they've offered, using American taxpayer dollars that they did not get approval for from Congress or us, to fix their mess and to pay for this lady's security for a day. Whoop-de-doo. This lady needs to get an attorney. Her constitutional rights have been violated. They do not have the right to come into your property like this, treat it like it's their own, and act like we're the Secret Service. We don't care what you do. We do whatever we want. Isn't it obvious the arrogance of the federal government and how they operate? Remember, there used to be a government that operated like this back in the 30s and the 40s, and their logo had like 2 S's, and they crossed the S's, and it made a weird little symbol, an old symbol that they kind of hijacked. But that's the last time I remember anyone else, any other government, that had an agency so bold as to enter into other people's private dwellings. I don't care if it was a business or a home. They didn't have permission. The Fourth Amendment covers a business. Maybe not, to a certain degree, it still covers a business that's open to everybody, and you walk in. They can then ask you to leave. But this place was closed for business and locked, and they broke in. That is a direct violation of the Constitution. Again, the guys that wore brown shirts with the little S's crossed on their uniforms were the last group of people that I knew that could get away with this kind of stuff. Folks, we can't let stuff like this go. The only thing I can think of is this salon owner must be a Democrat, right? Because this was a Kamala Harris rally that they were at. That's the only thing that I can think of. Because if this had been a Democrat salon owner and Donald Trump's Secret Service detail had done this, don't you think we'd be hearing a little bit more about this? Don't you think there'd be some outrage? Oh, he's acting like a tyrant. Look what his people are doing. They're breaking into business and using it as their own. And they would be saying that they ransacked the business and, peed all over the floor and made a mess of it and did this and did that, stole stuff from it, meaning the candy from the counter. They would be making a big deal out of this. I can only assume that this salon owner has got to be a Democrat to not be making more noise in this, because this is a big story. This could happen to anybody. Anybody. This means that whenever a dignitary of any sort that's protected by the Secret Service comes to your town, you could be next. This could be you. You got a lock on your door? So what? You got a camera? So what? We're going to put tape over it, break the lock, we're going in. You don't want us in there? Too bad. Guess what? I'll come back and drink some coffee with you and use some taxpayer dollars to pay for your security bill and fix your lock. How about that? You all better now? See, we let them violate our constitutional rights by doing crap like that. We need to hold them accountable and hold their feet to the fire when they do stuff like that. You don't think that emboldens them to do that somewhere else? And how many times have they gotten away with this and nobody either noticed or reported them, right? This is the boldness of a government agency that has no accountability. It starts at the top. If you were fearful, I'm talking about these agents that put the tape over their little Betty Crocker that rolls up with their little company-issued roll of tape, puts it over the Ring doorbell, and then helps herself to break it into place. You don't think they thought it was cool to do this? What I mean by that is they knew that they would get no pushback from the top. No person, whether it's a child at home, with parents being the ruling body in a home, no football team or any team with a certain coach, no business with a certain leader, would ever, their underlings under them would never attempt to do anything like this unless they thought whoever was at the top approved of it, right? If Betty Crocker thought that her putting tape over this camera and then breaking into this business was going to cost her her job or a promotion or whatever, if she thought there was going to be any pushback or any repercussions, she would not have done it. She knew that following the chain of command up was going to be okay with that. That means that from the top down in the Secret Service, it's rotten to the core, because no one would have ever done this if they ever thought that it would cost them anything. This is a perfect representation. You are looking at the face of the Secret Service when you see the boldness and the unconstitutional actions of a group of people like this being this aloof and this carefree about violating Americans' constitutional rights.
God save the Queen, man.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
He's over.